Today at Phil's Fun Fact Factory, we're diving deep into the history of the Cascadia earthquake. On January 26, 1700, approximately 13,000 people died from a megathrust earthquake. Would you survive if that happened today? Do me a favor before we get too deep into the Cascadia megathrust quake. Like and subscribe or follow, depending on if you're on YouTube or TikTok. It really helps the algorithm, so that way you guys, it lets them know that you want to see more of my content. Did you know that the Pacific Northwest has experienced over 40 major earthquakes in the last 10,000 years? These seismic events have ranged from 7.5 to 9.2 and have had devastating effects. The University of Washington released an article, "Native Lore Tells the Tale. There's been a whole lot of shaking going on." It describes the lore from Native American tribes on Vancouver Island having stories of an epic battle between Thunderbird Spirit and a great whale. That ground shaking and ocean surges, deduced from a story in which Thunderbird drives its talons into the whale's back and then dragged by whale to the bottom of the ocean. The Japanese samurai, merchants, and peasants have corroborated written documentation that speak of an orphan wave hitting the coastline of Japan due to the Cascadia Fault earthquake of 1700. The last major earthquake struck on January 26, 1700, sending shockwaves through the region. The magnitude of this quake was an estimated 8.7 to 9.2, making it one of the most powerful in recorded history. What's even more astonishing is that over the last 6,000 years, there has been 28 significant quakes, leaving a lasting impression on the land and its people. This is an average of every 214 years. Perhaps most alarming is the fact that the longest interval between these devastating events has been 345 years. This raises a crucial question. Are we due for another earthquake today? Using information from geologist Brian Atwater, who discovered the sudden land subsidence along the coast, a team was dispatched to drill core samples. Using over 50 core samples off the coast of Oregon and Washington, a story began to unfold. It's important to understand that major earthquakes in this area can range from a magnitude of 7.5 to a 9 and above. In comparison to the 1989 World Series earthquake that occurred in San Francisco,
it's the ball game
Take.
that turned into a disaster.
was only at magnitude 6.9, causing billions of dollars in damages. Each point on that scale is a magnitude higher, so a 7 is 10 times stronger than a 6, with an 8 being 100 times stronger than a 6, and a 9 is 1,000. With the potential to unleash widespread destruction and disruption.
It was a wonderfully exuberant time, a golden Indian summer day, and both local baseball teams were in the World Series.
At the tone, Pacific Daylight Time will be 5, 4, and 30 seconds.
So the Oakland A's take.
Hey, what, we're having an earth.
What's wrong with it?
The upper deck appears to have collapsed during that earthquake.
Hold on a second.
We are flying over the seismic structure right now. That section of highway that connects the Bay Bridge to 880.
I don't believe it. Man.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Power has been interrupted temporarily in the park.
No power anywhere in the city, no phones, no word on how extensive the damage was.
We are in the Marina District of San Francisco. It looks like part of an entire city block is burning.
Please clear the area. We do not have enough medical personnel to be able to handle you if you get hurt here. You're not involved, go home. Secure your residence.
Shook like it was just a piece of straw. Everything's gone. Lamps went, and then it threw me off the chair.
I can only describe the situation here as nightmarish. The entire city, at least the part of the city that I have been in all day, is completely blacked out. There are no traffic lights. Civilians, if you were, are trying to direct traffic. People are wandering the streets aimlessly. It is a horrible, sickening feeling to be in the city. I could only advise people to not come here under any circumstances.
There was so much damage in San Francisco and Oakland that the area near the epicenter, the Santa Cruz Mountains, almost was forgotten. People in Hollister, Watsonville, and Santa Cruz felt left to fend for themselves. So many people felt helpless that night, no way of knowing where their loved ones were, whether their loved ones were even alive. Desperate messages scrawled on sheets of paper, the new homeless sleeping under the stars.
As we reflect on the history of the looming threat of the Cascadia earthquake, it becomes clear that preparedness and vigilance are our greatest allies in the face of natural disaster. Oregon's Department of Emergency Management suggests being 2 weeks ready. That means food, water, pet supplies, everything that you need to be on your own for 2 weeks. While Washington Departments of Emergency Management suggests somewhere between 3 days and 3 weeks. So again, I ask, when the Cascadia has a megathrust quake, are you ready and will you survive? So I'd like to thank everybody. Make sure that you like, subscribe, follow, leave comments. I'll be doing more of these long form content videos about once a month. Let me know if you have any input and I would love to hear it. Thanks.